What's up, guys? It's me, the AL Elite Double X Prince, and I'm here to give you a version of how I would have booked SummerSlam 2017. Honestly, SummerSlam this year I'm not that excited for, besides two matches, which I've also kept the same on this show. Yeah, I don't know. WWE's been booking some shit. I mean, SmackDown it's been boring. Raw's been mediocre at most. It's been slightly better, but still overall, I think that the shows and the writing's not that great anymore. So that's why I decided to change some stuff up here and there, and even change some stuff that happened in the past. Example, the WWE Championship. Jinder Mahal would have never become WWE Champion. So that's just a fact. So Jinder Mahal is not in this show. So let's just talk about it. Let's start off with the kickoff. I have Maria and Mike Kanellis versus Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch in a mixed tag team match, and I think they could pull off a pretty decent match. And also after this, Becky Lynch could go on to the women's championship picture, because after all, they do need to find a way to build her up if they are teasing a match between her and Chris Cyborg down the road. I don't think it should be a SummerSlam match, but I mean, it could be a future match that Chris Cyborg and Becky Lynch might have. So there's that. And then next match I would have on the kickoff is Big Show versus Big Cass. No Enzo Amore interference. In fact, at Great Balls of Fire, that is the last time we see Enzo Amore for a while, because after all, he is not one of the most unliked guys in the roster. So there's that. So let's just have Big Cass try to do stuff on his own without having the whole Enzo Amore interference. So Big Show, Big Cass just have a little one-on-one match. Hopefully it's a good to okay match. Then the final match I would have in the kickoff is the Cruiserweight Championship match. Neville versus Akira Tozawa. I didn't want to put it on the pre-show or the kickoff just because, you know, it's the Cruiserweight Championship has been built to shit, but I think if you have it on the kickoff, it won't hurt it, just because honestly the Cruiserweight Championship ain't done much. Thankfully Neville's holding it, so that's the only good thing about the whole thing. Aside from that, everything else has just been meh. And obviously I would have Neville win to beat Akira Tozawa down the road. Now on to the main show. We have
It's like the shittiest idea, but I've actually booked a match that you guys wouldn't have predicted, but it will be Seth Rollins wanting to fight the Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. Yes, I didn't put, I was gonna do Miz, Ambrose, and Rollins, but I don't like triple threat matches that much, especially with the matches that I do have planned for the show. So a one-on-one would work. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, both men need help getting a big push. And also, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins could also help Dean Ambrose become a heel. Now, what I would have booked, Miz does beat Dean Ambrose at Extreme Rules. At Great Balls of Fire, we have a Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. It's Miz, Ambrose, Rollins, and Finn Balor, because Balor and Rollins have nothing to do. As Finn Balor is about to win, he gets distracted by Bray Wyatt. Spoiler alert. Rollins is about to pin The Miz. Oh no, never mind. The Miz is about to pin Seth Rollins, but then Ambrose pushes Miz out of the way, and then they have Ambrose steal victory from The Miz, pin Seth Rollins. Ambrose is your 3-time Intercontinental Champion. And then they have a rematch on Raw the next night, Miz and Ambrose. Then we just kind of get it over with. And then on a Miz TV segment, Brock Lesnar has that segment where he takes out the Miz Taraj that we got last night on Raw. So I'd keep that the same.
But then Ambrose and Rollins need some help building themselves up, and maybe this could be the perfect way to build Ambrose as to a heel character, because honestly, a heel Dean Ambrose is needed to happen, and Seth Rollins needs a proper face to fight. So it needs to be a proper face, and honestly, this could be the perfect way. Basically, bringing back stuff with the Shield of how, yeah, now you guys cheer for Seth Rollins when I've been the underdog all the time and this and that. So, you know, they could play off that story, so it would be great. And at the end of the day, I would have Dean Ambrose win, just because I think a heel Dean Ambrose could definitely work down the road, and maybe he could feud with other guys to help out. So there's that. So Ambrose beats Seth Rollins, and yeah. Then the next match I will have is a non-title match. It's Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. People have been teasing this match. Why not have it at SummerSlam? It just makes no sense. Basically, at Battleground, I'll have Styles and Owens have a match where the crooked referee is there, and then Kevin Owens beats the crap out of the referee, and Shane McMahon stops him. Kevin Owens punches Shane McMahon, and basically, you know the rest from there. And it could be a pretty good match, and honestly, Kevin Owens has nothing to do right now, so why not have Kevin Owens beat Shane McMahon and get a proper push? Maybe he could work his way back up to the WWE Championship picture. Or maybe the United States Championship when I talk about what I'm going to do there. Next match for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships, the New Day versus the Usos. Keep everything the same. The build has been freaking amazing. Yes, the build up to this match has been really good. The way the New Day won at Battleground, now they have a rematch, and I don't know, the Usos are red hot, and that is why I would have the victory go to the Usos. I know people hate the back and forth with the belts, but the Usos winning here could definitely help them out, be the top tag team right now. Plus, SmackDown is lacking on tag team, especially with what I do with the Raw Tag Team Championship picture. So yeah, I think just having these guys go back and forth until they call up a new tag team, maybe a TM61. I heard Harper and Rowan are coming back. Breezango is red hot. So you don't have a good, strong tag team division on SmackDown. So I just have these guys kind of go back and forth. And Usos beating the New Day at SummerSlam could help them out definitely. And maybe down the road, the New Day or Big E turns on Kofi and Xavier. So there's that. Then for the SmackDown Women's Championship, I would have Carmella, the SmackDown Women's Champion, versus Natalya. So Carmella wins at Money in the Bank, the briefcase. Even though WWE hates the word briefcase now and then because McMahon's sick of words for some reason. I'd have Naomi beat Lana. Carmella comes in, cashes in. New SmackDown Women's Champion. Naomi and Carmella have a rematch at Battleground. The number one contender is going to be Natalya, and basically Natalya and Carmella, they're kind of friends, kind of enemies. Plus, Natalya has been kind of looked as an underdog, so now it's time for Natalya to say, yes, I'm ready to be in the same shoes as all the Hearts, the great Hearts, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, Bret the Hitman Hart, Owen Hart, stuff like that. And plus, it is going to mark 20 years since 1997 when Bret Hart beat The Undertaker for the WWF Championship, so they could play off that story. And obviously, I would have Natalya win just because she could have that moment. And honestly, Natalya definitely would be a perfect women's champion right now. Next match. I know I've been talking about a lot of SmackDown matches, but it's time to move on to some Raw matches. It will be a fatal 4-way ladder match for the SmackDown, or the Raw Tag Team Championships. It will be Cesaro and Sheamus, the Raw Tag Team Champions, versus the Hardy Boys, versus the Revival, versus American Alpha. Yes, American Alpha moves over to Raw. The story here, basically, Kurt Angle reveals that Jason Jordan is his biological son, and then Jason Jordan is ready for a push on his own. He's ready to be his own man, but then Kurt Angle calls. He talks to Jason Jordan. He's like, "Hey, I've been talking to Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. They offer to give us Chad Gable if we deliver one of their men." So basically, I would send somebody to SmackDown, from Raw to SmackDown, just to trade off the American Alpha. And yeah, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable are now on SmackDown. On Raw, my apologies. And basically, they get shots to be #1 contenders for the tag team championships. And basically, the Revival and the Hardy Boys are feuding. Cesaro and Sheamus are the champions. You know the history there. It could be a pretty solid ladder match. We already saw a great one at WrestleMania. This one could actually be better just because of the talent involved in it. So yeah, I expect a really good match, and I would have Sheamus and Cesaro win. And then later down the road, we have Hardys or Broken Hardys or Woken Hardys, however you want to call them, versus the Revival down the road, and then American Alpha and Cesaro and Sheamus feud down the road. So basically just set up stuff for the future of both these teams. So there's that. Then back on the SmackDown matches for the United States Championship, I would have AJ Styles defend the United States Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, it just sounds amazing just when you hear Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. That just sounds like a fantastic match. If you've seen the Wrestle Kingdom 10 match, then you know what's good. This match will be, honestly, the match of the night. Maybe even one of the best matches of the year. Just give him 20 minutes, and I would actually have Shinsuke Nakamura beat AJ Styles. That way AJ Styles could work his way back up to the World Championship picture. At the next SmackDown pay-per-view, whatever it is, I would basically have a triple threat match between Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and Shinsuke Nakamura. And then Owens and Nakamura could work their way to their own individual feud, and Styles maybe works his way to the World Championship picture. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. That would be my next match. Here, I would have basically Sasha Banks cheat to beat Alexa Bliss. She has her on the boss statement. Alexa Bliss taps out. Sasha Banks holds the belt, and basically it's a double turn. Sasha Banks turns heel. Alexa Bliss turns face. There could be a huge difference, and then maybe they could continue their feud all the way, working their way for Sasha Banks Bayley match at WrestleMania 34. So there's that, because a heel Sasha Banks and a face Alexa Bliss could definitely work out for these two women. So that'll basically be it. And I'm pretty sure they could pull off a pretty good match out of these two. And hopefully their hatred doesn't get in the way too much. Next match for the WWE Championship. It will be John Cena, the #1 contender, versus the WWE Champion, Rusev. Yes, Rusev will be the next WWE Champion. Basically at Backlash, I would have Randy Orton beat Jinder Mahal, because who cares about Jinder Mahal at this point? And then Rusev attacks Randy Orton the night right after their match. Rusev, Orton, and Money in a Bank. Rusev wins, and then we have a rematch in the Last Man Standing match against Rusev and Orton at Battleground. And then Cena versus Rusev. John Cena beats Nakamura to become #1 contender, not the other way around. I know a lot of people hate that idea, but honestly, John Cena losing all the time is going to lose his reputation. John Cena doesn't have to lose every single dream match you could think of. Some make sense with the story going into him, but now, Nakamura, like I said, I gave him a match against AJ Styles, so he's not buried like people would assume. But then I would have Rusev versus John Cena here for the WWE Championship. John Cena's trying to become 17-time World Champion or WWE Champion. Rusev beats Cena clean, making Rusev the most unstoppable beast there is, making sure that people are questioning, when is Rusev going to lose that belt? Who will take that belt away from Rusev? He already injured Randy Orton. He already took out John Cena, who is moving to Raw, may I add. Yes, John Cena is moving to Raw after SummerSlam, so there's that. And then, that'll be it. Rusev is going to be the most unstoppable champion there is. Next match, Finn Balor or Demon Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Keep the story similar. Basically, like I mentioned, Great Balls of Fire. It's a it's a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. Miz, Rollins, Ambrose, Balor. Bray Wyatt distracts Finn Balor, so he's out of the match. And then Basically, we have the story here of Finn Balor saying, "What do you want, Bray Wyatt? All you do is basically run your mouth, but you make no sense and this and that." And then Bray Wyatt's like, "You have something that I want, and that is the demon." He wants to get the demon out of Finn Balor. And then Balor's like, "Fine, you want the demon at SummerSlam? He's coming, and you're not going to like it." And basically, the match is settled. Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, Demon Balor, Eater of Worlds. Everything is going to settle itself here. And I would have Finn Balor go over just so he could work his way back up to the World Championship picture. And honestly, after this, I would have Bray Wyatt turn face and feud with Dean Ambrose for the IC belt, because Bray Wyatt working for the IC belt could kind of help him out. Or maybe he feuds with Seth Rollins if you want to keep him a heel. So it's not the end of the world for Bray Wyatt yet. But however, WrestleMania 34, no matter who he faces, he deserves to win. Next match, the main event. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman. Lesnar, Reigns, Joe, Strowman. Basically, those four. And basically, I just have them go all out, have a good match. Basically, that'll be all. I mean, just have them have the best match that they can. And I would have Samoa Joe go over just so John Jones and Brock Lesnar could work their way to have a match at UFC. And then Roman Reigns may do some other stuff. Maybe finish off his feud with Braun Strowman. And Samoa Joe is now a new build start. And honestly, Samoa Joe this could definitely be the year Samoa Joe if booked properly. So I'm just saying that WWE doesn't want to drop the ball with that one. Anyways, that will be all. That's how I would have booked SummerSlam 2017. What do you guys think? It's me, the ALE XX Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until then, I'm out.